opposite things, press 4. But,
Oh, no.
you're only allowed to press that if you're super serious about it. Everybody has to be, given the truth. We trust you guys. We trust you guys to be telling the truth. So you better tell the truth. The number better correspond to what you're actually thinking.
We've had 2 pretty good series so far today.
Yeah.
This is the big one though that I've been really looking forward to since we finished yesterday. I think both these teams are playing so well at the moment. I think Limp on Alliance especially is my one to look out for. But I think GH on Nigma in particular has been incredible. Like this tournament, he's been playing as almost like a 4th core for Nigma, it feels like.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for more of that from them today. Looks like he's probably going to be on his famous Wisp as well. So we've got very much to look forward to. That's not the right way of saying it, but never mind. I'm just too excited, B-Cop.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. It's certainly going to be interesting because now they've already got the Bat Rider, and we were seeing the Bat Rider for Nigma in the mid lane. A lot of people play it in the off lane, but I don't know. Here for Nigma, could be the 3, could be the 2. I would almost go as far as to say maybe they're going to throw it in the 1 position, but that would be ridiculous, and I doubt that's going to happen.
I mean,
anything is possible. I feel like when it comes down to Dota, so we'll see.
Just depends on
I'm definitely,
doesn't it, I guess.
Exactly. But I feel like it's probably going to just be the 2 Bat Rider or the 3 Bat Rider. So I'll give myself a 40% chance of being right so far. But immediately into the Undying and then the Slark. And to me, Slark just hasn't felt like the best 1 position in the game right now. But here he is, especially to pick him this early.
I think this is really good, though, because my problem that I had with... who did Nigma play yesterday in the upper bracket? They played OG, right?
OG.
I think OG didn't necessarily deal with this Bat well enough. And we saw from Viking yesterday, when they were playing against Bat, they didn't deal with it early enough in their draft, I don't think.
No, not at all.
So I'm kind of hoping that, this Slark, it's picked up. It's one of Nika Baby's, best heroes. He's really good at it. But also, if the Bat Rider ends up going mid, they can also just move the Slark to mid as well and put him there if they really need to. But I imagine they probably want to put Limp on something, mid, that he's been so dominant so far this tournament, especially in his laning stage. Even if he has to lane up against the Bat, they probably still want to put him there.
And GH, like you said, GH has been playing so well, and I'm just excited. I'm getting overwhelmed thinking about what's going to happen in this series so far, or actually what's going to happen in the next 2 series, because it really is 2 amazing series coming up next. And I mean, this one, it's just going to be amazing. Alliance Nigma right now, bands of Phoenix, Faceless Void, as well as the Nature's Prophet, Doom, Enchantress, Queen of Pain, and now the Void Spirit. Void Spirit, a hero that we've been seeing just kind of get overlooked quite a bit. I'm surprised it gets a ban here.
Yeah, I think it's one of the better heroes, certain things, especially pushing early tempo. And I think Nigma respect this hero a lot. Weeha plays it pretty well. We've seen it from him this tournament so far already. And I think if you play a hero yourself, you kind of understand when it can be strong, especially, right? So they take it out, maybe indicating on potentially something they might pick. I don't know what that would be. But maybe they see it as a good laner up against the Bat Rider, potentially.
So a lot of time being spent with these bans here from Alliance. Actually, really quite a bit of time.
So if you've got this Slark pick, though, so you're trying to think of heroes that you don't want your Slark to have to play against, right? Mostly. So, I mean, things like... Do you want to ban out things like TB, potentially? Or AM is a little bit annoying. I mean, I know you have the Pounce and whatnot, but... obviously, because Nigma is still yet to pick their miracle hero, or at least you would assume.
Yeah.
But you're probably going to be looking at...
Rider.
Yeah, you're probably looking at focusing on banning those out in the second phase. Also, I think, can we just point out... we have to remember that Kuro's not playing with Nigma, right? And they're just in the upper bracket final. I think RMN has been playing so well. Much better than I thought he would. I don't think we gave him enough credit, coming into this tournament. But he's been pretty solid. I think fair play to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing really well. I think it's, you're playing well when Reddit's like, oh, Kuroki on, shaking right now. Because they think he's going to get replaced by RMN. But, you're doing a good job when all of, Twitter and Reddit and all that are giving that kind of joke out where it's like, oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe this might be the permanent switch, which probably isn't. But
No, let's
to
not even
come
go
in
there.
and to come in and just dominate like it's been really impressive. Yeah. So disruptor next for Alliance, and Armens look great.
I personally heard they've kicked Croaky and they're going to get Sumailin as POS 5 on Nigma. That's the real news. Can't wait for that to happen.
He's going the Sylar route. Sylar comes in with a new team, goes into the position 5, plays Bane for 1 game, and then gives up on playing position 5. I think it was like 1 or 2 games.
I like this disruptor pick though from Alliance. I think it's going to be POS 4, right, for Hanskin. Obviously, the Glimpse is really good against the Batriders to stop him from just jumping and lassoing somebody. So until he gets BKB, that Batrider has to be a little bit careful about who he lasso targets and his priorities. It's also really good against Wisp as well. Because, when this hero relocates in and tries to get a potential pick off into a team fight and whatnot, you can just send the Wisp back again, or just send the carry back again if they don't have BKB. So you have to be a little bit more careful now on Nigma about how you use this Wisp and how you approach team fights now. This Wisp Batrider, which is usually pretty reliable with their kind of like pickoffs around the map, maybe not so much now because you have the Disruptor for Alliance.
Ooh. And we've been seeing Beastmaster get banned a lot, usually like the 3rd ban or so in the 2nd phase. But it gets through here, and Nigma are going to take advantage of that, and people might be saying, oh my god, they've got Batrider, they've also got this Beastmaster, but what people need to remember is Nigma's been playing this Batrider in the mid lane. For those of you who, this is maybe the first day that they've been watching the event so far. They've played it mid a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, Weehouse spams Batrider in pubs all the time, like non-stop. He's really good at that hero. I think this Beastmaster picks, like, Undying. You're going to be laning against this Undying 5, right? Like, FNG's going to be on that. He's been playing really well on the Undying so far this tournament. That Undying hates playing against summons in the laning stage. Like, Nature's Prophet's another one as well. That's why you saw Alliance ban out in the 2nd phase before. But Beastmaster with these boars is also kind of similar. Obviously, the hero doesn't do amazing against Undying himself, but with the summons as well, it's pretty good overall. This Lina pick, this is what I was talking about. Give Limp a hero that is going to do okay against the Batrider at least. Like, Weehouse still has kill potential, obviously, but Limp, at least on this Lina, can keep his distance the whole time. Oh, yeah, so, there's the AM.
Yeah, there's the anti-mage. One thing I wanted to point out, or just talk about real quick, is the fact that you were telling me yesterday Limp's been the best player on this team so far throughout this event, how well he's been playing.
I think it's difficult to quantify who's the best player. Like, how do you put that into numbers or whatever, right? But what I was saying was that I don't think Limp has lost a lane in forever, it feels like, for me. Like, he also always plays really solid. He's had some great Timbersaw performances this tournament, like Lina's. Everything's looked really solid. But if I think there's one mid player in this tournament that can really stand up to him in terms of, like, lane prowess, in particular, like, obviously Thompson's done okay, but I think Weeha at the moment, his laning has looked really solid, especially on heroes like Pugler and whatnot. I find it interesting that they've left Aramen's hero until last for Nigma. Obviously, they want to pick their carry there on Nigma, just because if they don't, they're going to get 2 free bans on Alliance now to take out Miracle's heroes, which they don't really want to do. They could also put Batrider 5 still if they really wanted to. They don't have to. But I imagine it's probably just going to be Weeha's hero. They need some, I think they need some hero. I mean, RMN's played Clock this tournament, which I think is okay. It's a little bit worrisome against the Slark still. But it's still... They have 2 setups to relocate at the moment already, in the Batrider Lasso and the Beastmaster Raw. But I think another one never does any harm. It's also pretty good against Lina as well, though, Clockwork.
They banned the Enigma, and are they going to take something here for Alliance that has the ability to, disrupt that lasso? Because then you could just throw the Batrider 5, right?
You could, but the problem is you don't want to put the Batrider 5 with the aim unless you know what the matchup is going to be for the offlaner from Alliance. They haven't picked yet, so I don't think you can reliably.
Last pick either.
Yeah, you can't reliably use Batrider as the 5 at the moment. I think they're more likely to just pick some solid laning support here, Bane. But yeah, and there's the Clock ban.
Yeah, and they get rid of the Legion Commander too for Nigma, trying to get rid of those heroes that they think Alliance are going to play that have that ability to break up the lasso.
Just need a little bit of catch as well to help kill this AM at the moment, because the only thing they really have right now is this glimpse into Static Storm. Like, obviously, Lina Shadowblade Yules into LSA maybe is pretty good, but it's not 100% reliable. Whereas, like, this Underlord route is going to be really strong up until the AM gets Manta. It'll be interesting to see what Alliance go for I assume S4, because there's not a huge amount left in terms of offlaners. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Lich at all. Not a hero that's been very popular in the 5 position. I'm kind of surprised it's not like Jakiro, because I feel like we see that a lot. But the lockdown situation for Nigma isn't exactly stellar outside of Primal Roar and Lasso. Like, obviously those are great lockdown skills, but you know they're ults.
But that's where
those throwaways.
How's this hero been put all the way through? That's interesting. I completely forgot. You know, we've seen this hero like first phase banned all the time yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So offlane Magnus, and then still mid Lina. How's that matchup for Lina against this Batrider?
I think if Limp's careful with his positioning, like obviously the Batrider can't just run in and use Napalm all the time, because Lina has the range to stay so far back, especially because she can sit under a tower so much. So I don't think this is going to be an easy lane for Batrider necessarily, especially because like Lina can always just push the waves out and whatnot and constantly poke at this Batrider. But Batrider does have that kill potential if he does manage to stack up those Napalms. So Limp going to have to be a little bit careful. I quite like the Lich and the map. So Lich, you were talking about their stuns for the Slark and whatnot. Like Lich has one with Sinister Gaze as well, so it kind of helps them a little bit. The Magnus pick's a little bit greedy for Alliance, I think, potentially, but it's a hero that is still going to do okay in the offlane, right? Like this Disruptor Mag is pretty strong. You're going to be playing against this Lich AM. I think they should just trade farm on S4 and Miracle. Maybe Miracle can pull slightly ahead, but it shouldn't be like massively one-sided at all.
We'll have to see who takes game 1 here. Alliance, Team Nigma. Mo, I gotta ask. Well, what are your thoughts? Who do you think's winning game 1?
Oh, it's a tough
spot right now.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I'm gonna go with Alliance. I think they've looked so incredible so far this tournament, but I think it's really close. I don't see this as a massive outdraft either way. Oh, and they're putting the Wisp with the AM in the laning stage. Okay. Fair enough. And he's actually started Bracer on the Wisp as well. That's cool. We see this more and more from like supports at the moment. Do you remember when we cast China and FY was playing Mirana position 4, and he was like building Wraithband first and whatnot as well? So the HP regen you get from the Bracer is pretty nice, like in the laning stage as well. So I haven't seen this on any Wisps yet. But I guess if he's playing POS 4 instead of POS 5, I guess the Bracer's a little bit more... Like, he doesn't need to buy sentries and whatnot, right?
30 seconds to battle.
Well, everybody could always chip in. Get some sentries. It's not just the position 5's job.
Only POS 5s. That's what happens in my pubs, at least, anyway. Only the POS 5 can buy Observer Wards and sentries, even though Obs are free. Because nobody else knows how to use them.
That's what it feels like every time. Why there are no wards on the map? Ping, 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 ping. Well, because, they're free.
They're actually going to get 3 bounty runes on Nigma, though. Good start for them.
A decent start here, though. Keep this... Are they going to keep this top bounty rune for a bottle, potentially, for Weehaw? Or is it just getting left there?
I think the Lich will probably just go and pick it up now. I think he just went to ward first, get the sentry down. He unfortunately didn't find the Observer, which is on the other side of the river. Or, sorry, other side of the mid lane, but...
Yeah, going across there might have been deadly business. That's for sure. So at least for right now, we'll see how Weehaw does against Limp. Just you know, in terms of having that sticky napalm. He's got a couple of stacks. How the distance is going to play out between, you know, the Batrider and the Lina. And then up towards top, Miracle and GH here against Hanskin and S4 on the Magnus and Disruptor. This is, you know, Disruptor. We've seen it before. Harassment with the Thunderstruck as much as you can. Just continue to throw it out and then open up the lane as much as you can succeed with and get it there for the offlaner, which S4 should be doing decently well.
I want to talk about this mid lane quickly, because you'll notice what Limp's done. He's pushed the lane in really hard at the start, because what he needs to do is he can't allow the Batrider to get level 2 and like be pushing the lane towards the Lina, because otherwise what happens is Weeha gets level 2 and just dives Limp under tower, like with the creep wave that's coming in. So it's really important that Link always keeps the wave on the other side of the river, just to stop the threat from Weeha coming in.
He's doing a lot here to him, but you know, it doesn't matter when up towards top, it looks like they're going to get not one, but 2 kills. Miracle with the double kill. Hanskin and S4 dropping down in this top lane. And that is the exact opposite of what you want to do.
No, I mean, I don't mind to see it, but like, I'm really annoyed at myself because I just didn't expect it to happen at all. Like, why is this AM Wisp just able to click down 2 heroes? It's pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, the overcharge is obviously really strong, but I didn't think it was going to do quite as much as it did there.
I agree.
Look at the CS mid, though, and this is what I mean by Limp playing so well at the moment. Like, Limp's 14-2 to the 6-0 of Batrider. And even this bot lane as well, this Slark is having a really good time.
Yeah, he's doing well at 14-1. You can see the CS difference between Alliance and Nigma right now, and they're getting beat pretty bad on Nigma. I think that double kill top is certainly a saving grace at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the only lane that's gone well for them, like at the moment on Nigma, is this top lane. Weeha's just getting constantly bullied here. Has he got any more regen coming out? Yeah, he's got the bottle coming. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see at the 4-minute time with these runes if either of the supports from either team decide to come and rotate over. Because I feel like if this Batrider doesn't fill up his bottle at the 4-minute mark, he might really struggle.
He's already getting just harassed. You can see the attack range really benefiting Limp here against Weeha and making this a living hell for the Batrider at the moment. I mean, who can you even rotate to make this better? Like, I don't even think a rotation for Nigma benefits them. It might even just turn into them dying on both heroes.
But they don't have, like, a support hero that can rotate, really. Like, this Lich and Wisp were so static as heroes early on top lane as well.
Hanskin going down again, and that is the 3rd kill in this lane. I'm so shocked that they're getting these kills.
And we all know how well Miracle can play on this hero.
Yeah.
So giving him a start like this, a little bit worrisome. I say a little bit, it's quite a lot worrisome. A 4-minute rune, Limp's going to grab the haste, and Weeha might be in trouble now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do in this situation. Firefly, stay on the cliff, try and avoid him. Goes low ground, goes high ground, gets a salve. RMN's here. Limp just trying to see if he can finish off the Batrider. And he's, you look at that, he's just playing around the cliff, and then, yeah, eventually gets his salve canceled, and that'll continue to just open up this lane, because, well, you still have 30 seconds until the bounty runes are up, and you can refill that bottle. I mean, that is tough business right now for Weeha.
Miracle has his double Wraith Band, though, in the top lane now, though, so he's pretty fine now against this mag. Like, this Wisp can be a little bit more greedy. He can go and make stacks if he needs to. Just try and help out his aim as much as he can. He's currently going on Hanskin.
Yeah, he's really laying down the hurt in this lane. A lot more than... I mean, they already have 3 kills here, so yeah, it's way more than I've already expected.
Bot lane as well. They're going on the Lich.
Mid! Limp! He's gonna get run down! Weeha getting the kill over mid. Hanskin makes a rotation. I'm not certain it's quick enough. Fairy Fire. All right, quick hits.
I think he missed the first one as well. Now Nika might be a little bit of trouble. No, he's able to salve up in the bot lane. 2 fights going on at once. They're just skirmishing down around this cliff. But I mean, this is what we were saying, though, with the Batrider. Like, it's really difficult early on in the laning stage, but he always has kill potential. Because Lina's not a mobile hero. Like, if the Batrider's ever able to get on top of the Lina, she can just die. So big kill for Weeha though, but also Hanskin gets so much XP from that Batrider dying.
Oh,
he glimpses him back. Oh no.
The rudest of dudes, the rudest of abilities, honestly.
And now he's going to get the 6-minute rune for free on Limp as well because of the
S4
glimpse
though.
back.
And he's taking a bit of damage there up towards top. Was getting harassed, but
Dire's
a little bit
middle
too close to
is under
tower.
attack.
And now Limp has this DD as well. Like he's hit level 6, so this Batrider has to be so careful. This Limp's just going to constantly click him here. Oh, I say that.
Flame break, and now the lasso onto the tower. Limp
Oh.
again going down back-to-back deaths. Send me back, and I will make you pay.
I didn't realize how close Batrider was to level 6. I think he was like 1 creep off, and he went on Lina as soon as he hit it there with a creep dying under tower.
Is it Meteor Hammer first for Weeha?
He could go Meteor Hammer, and he could go like drums or something first as well. Is fine. Such a strong item at the moment. I mean, if he really wants to go greedy, he could go bots as well. But I think he wants to be a little bit more.
I don't have Primal Roar, but they're gonna chase Nico, baby. Weeha coming over, and that'll force the rotation out from the Disruptor.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They have no like catapult down here though, so it's a bit of a wasted time there by Weeha. Lina are able to get some damage on this tier 1 mid.
But now Weeha's leading the experience. Like, the lane was going so well for the Lina, and all of a sudden those back-to-back deaths.
Look at this play
really
mid though.
turn it around.
Miracle and GH are coming in. They're going to walk under a ward though. But they want to hit Limp here. Like the stacks are coming up.
Look at this, just coming in. The stun hits though. Laguna Blade, and now with the skewer, S4 rotates, gets the kill on a Miracle. Overplaying his hand. They also got a kill on the Lich bottom.
He has to use the spell shield really early. The counter spell from the AM really early because of the stun on the Lina, but because it's such a short duration, yeah, this Laguna still just absolutely rips through him.
That is not what you want, though. It felt like everything was going right for Miracle, and now he kind of hits a setback there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but at the same time, he's also killing the Lina, which is a hero that's, you know, it's a snowball-heavy hero, right? Like, you want to get the Yules, you want to find kills as early as possible. So, even though you die as the AM, you still find the biggest kill on the map that you can get.
Feels like they're scared to leave the Lina alone.
Hey, skewered top under tower. He blinked in.
Oh dear, Miracle. I'll be okay.
Jeez. That was
Again, almost getting caught out.
That was brave.
Certainly close, and now going for S4, who has no mana to do anything with. And avoid through, and
mid as well.
Kill, and then mid again, Weeha with that lasso to take out Lina. And I mean, Nigma, they're gonna get a third. Static Storm was committed. Hanskin falls to Miracle. He gets a double kill, 9-3 in favor of Puff Team Nigma.
Is under attack.
I mean, this AM's getting out of control now. Like, he's 4-1 and 2. Like, the only death he had is because he managed to trade for the Lina, which isn't even bad in itself. And
Look
he's
how far ahead he is.
Yeah, he's just on this way to the battle, like so far on the way to the Battle Fury now. The saving grace for Alliance is that at least Nico Baby on this Slark is having an okay time. The problem is, like, look at the level difference. I mean, Miracle's at least a whole level ahead already, and they're going on mid again.
It's impossible for him to get away from this one. Miracle's here. 4 heroes have come over mid to make sure that Lina doesn't play Dota. And they're gonna spot this stack. One of the things that has been a constant talking point has been contesting the stacks.
Yeah, and even though it's a 2-stack, like, you see, like, Nico Baby comes over straight away and he's like, I need to play up here now. Like, I need to make sure they don't come and contest this ancient stack. But it does mean now that Mind Control down his bot lane is probably going to be able to start slamming his head against this bot tier 1. He doesn't have the Necro
Him and the
yet,
boar's head.
Yeah.
Alms for the dead.
So let's see how this goes.
Regeneration!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is anybody coming down here on the
Radiant
lines to deal with this? I
structures
guess they're just going to let it go. It's the Slark's TP
Radiant's
top,
bottom
and
tower is under
we have
attack.
smoked up mid here. I think
I guess they
Dire's
just
middle
want to play up
tower is
top or
under
play
attack.
towards mid. They're going to try and take the tier 1 tower over mid. Glimpse is already used. They're going to TP.
Oh, good chain frost.
Look at that from RMN. That is bouncing around the silence. Hits on a Weehawk for a second. There's the LSA as well as the Laguna Blade. They get the kill on RMN. They look over as the Primal Roar is out on the limp. They'll get the kill on the Lina as well as the Undying. They save the tier 1 over mid. And it's a 3k net worth lead
Radiant
for
structures
Nigma
are
as they're going to go for the tier 1 in the mid lane.
I mean, Nigma just collapsed so fast on the mid lane there. Like, the Lich just turns up from behind while the Batrider comes from the front, and then this is the power of the Wisp, right? Like, you just relocate in, and all of a sudden there's 4 heroes mid.
S4?
S4 really wants to find an RP.
Yeah, you're just walking in a lasso, though. Gets the RP. He's already dead. Weehaw might fall. Nico Baby's here. Hanskin looking next, though. LSA hits. Miracle in trouble. He needs to get away. Can't do so. Miracle drops. Hanskin doesn't. Can't believe they get the kill on both Weehaw as well as Miracle in that situation.
Yeah, huge kills. I mean, they managed to kill the Mag, but he still gets the RP off just before he's going to die to the Firefly.
It's odd. Just lag there really hard in game.
And now are they going to try and push the mid-tier one themselves? I mean, it's a little bit difficult with this Batrider coming back now. He did go for bots first.
Yeah, everybody's up here. Glimpse isn't going to put him that far back. Hanskin tries to TP out, but yeah, there's no way that's going to be allowed to happen. They stop the TP, they get the kill. GH gets credit for that one. Miracle is 5-2-5. When was the last time you saw a anti-mage be this involved this early? I mean, hell, there's games where we see anti-mages go 0-0-1.
Bottom tower is under attack.
You know, like it's in probably a losing effort, but
We've seen this from the best teams this tournament so far, though, right? That if you don't play as, like, if your carry doesn't play with your team, you just start to fall so far behind because you're taking 5-on-4s all the time. So even though it's a little bit uncharacteristic for most AMs in this, like, as a hero, I think Nigma understand that if they can gain early advantages by playing as a 5, like by taking these early towers, then it sets up so well for the mid game. Like, this mid tier one's gone, the bot tier one's gone already as well. And they're playing the map so well right now.
they're pressuring these towers too pretty heavily. Look at the tier 2 bottom for Alliance. Like, that's more than half gone already. If they just play down towards the bottom end of the map, they could probably take it. They get a killer,
if they get that before the 20-minute mark as well, right? Like, it sets up ready for the outpost as well.
On a mind control, he does have the Primal Roar if he can get it off, but he's silenced thanks to the Static Storm. The Chain Frost is bouncing. Miracle moving towards Hanskin, leaves Nico Baby to be low and go towards the Lich. They're not going to get anything out of this, at least so far, but they find Limp. So Weehaw is here. One more shot gets the kill. Glimpse all the way back on the GH. Now he needs to be careful, as they did lose RMN. Can he tether to anybody? Anybody here?
AM's
got
nearby.
Weehaw close, and yeah, he gets the tether over. And will also TP out.
The other thing as well, you have to say with Alliance's lineup, they have this like Lina Slark white, right, which is so... They want to find pickoffs. They want to find swans over and over constantly, like with glimpses, with, you know, the Yules on the Lina that's going to be bought soon. And at the moment, because Nigma are just running around as far, it's so difficult for them to take these big head-on engagements. They're so reliant on hitting, you know, big RPs and big static storms, which isn't easy without the positioning items, which is why you're seeing us go for this blink first. Like, they need to be able to take these really early team fights and not have to, you know... Sometimes we see the mech first, and Seb's done that this tournament as well, but blink's just too important here.
$5K net worth lead. Anti-Mage has that Battle Fury pretty early on. And this has been such a performance from Miracle, being involved in 11 of the 16 kills so far. And the rest of the team, like, Nigma have moved around the map as one unit. so well so far. Sinister Gaze, RP hits on a Weehaw, and the Static Storm, Laguna Blade, everything in the kitchen sink gets thrown at this Batrider just to get one kill. The stun doesn't land. Limp's in trouble. RMN comes over the Chain Frost Stone again. That'll bounce all the way to FNG. It was off the dead body of the Lina. Doesn't really bounce much more afterwards. GH hit with the Shockwave, but now they've got the pounce as well as the Leech on RMN, who has the Sinister Gaze onto the tower. Finally a kill there for Nico Baby, who is dominating. Looks over Mind Control. The Skewer hits on the 2. GH, Mind Control, and they get out just in time, but it's only to the side. So Mind Control still getting chased down by Nico Baby as well as FNG. FNG doing a lot of damage. GH taking a couple of shots here for Nico Baby, but here comes Miracle. Miracle blinks forward. Mind Control ends up dead, so Miracle's kind of in no man's land. He has to fight basically 4 against the world. Shockwave hit.
Sark has no mana.
Forward once more. Nico Baby in some trouble. Right click's coming in pretty hard though. He's got himself 25 seconds to Essence Shift. They have the lasso. Can they get the kill? Weehaw still taking a lot of damage. Nico Baby continues to survive, and Alliance are getting away with this one so well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Can't believe they were able to survive all that. It really felt like Nigma had the proper positioning. The Chain Frost coming through. The fact that they killed Alina so early.
Radiant's
But,
bottom tower
I mean, look
is
at
under
it.
attack.
28 stacks of
Dire's
Essence
top
Shift.
tower is under attack. Dire's
That
top
fight went
tower
on so
has
long.
fallen.
Yeah. Miracle just blinked in on the AM, and I don't think he realized how strong the Slark was and started trying to trade hits. That was not going to work, unfortunately.
Jesus. Yeah, he went in with the objective of finishing off the Slark. But then Slark hits you once, and you get chunked, and all of a sudden you regret your decision.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And we have to say, Nico Baby hasn't died this whole game as well. Like, he's playing well. And they find the job. Glimpse.
Aurora used on a Hanskin. They've got Miracle coming over. Static Storm is used. S4's here. Silence out onto the Anti-Mage to get the kill on a Mind Control. We are taking a lot of damage. Nico Baby, he's still dealing with 29 stacks of Essence Shift. They're fighting into this Sark, and he's got so much going for him right now. Look at the damage he's doing on a Miracle.
They might be able to find
Shockwave.
RMN here as well.
GH as well as RMN. Blink away from Miracle. They're going to continue to chase this Lich. He'll taunt for his hard work. If he can get out of this, that would be great, but it's not looking likely as he's pulled in once more. And Nico Baby, it feels like he's quietly 7-0-3.
Yeah, and he has, he has 9 permanent agi already, right? This Slark, he's huge. And this is the thing, you know, we talk about AM having a really good battle fury timing and whatnot, but there's a Slark on the, there's a mag on the Slark's team. So, like, he effectively has a small battle fury already anyway, so he's not going to fall too far behind in terms of net worth. And this Nico Baby Slark is going to be fighting, you know, much better than this AM early on. So Alliance, even though they fell a little bit behind, they aren't afraid to take these fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they're going to go for the
Dire's
tier 1 over mid.
structures are fortified.
Should be able to finish it off. You got all 5 heroes here, and I think Nigma,
Dire's middle tower
they need
has
to
fallen.
hold back on the reins a little bit. I mean, hell, Nico Baby is still working with
Radiant's
19
top
Essence
tower
Shift.
is under attack.
You just can't start a fight with him on a
Mind
number
Control.
like that. And Mind Control now in trouble. It's just gonna get higher. Pounce misses, but here come the right clicks, and you can see how hard he's hitting with all that Essence Shift. Kinetic Field is there. Mind Control dead once again. It's felt like Mind Control has died 4
Radiant's
times in a row.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they do need to slow the tempo of this game down a bit, don't
Radiant's
they?
courier
They need to
has
just
been
keep the AM
killed.
farming, just be mobile around the map. You know, try and split the lanes out a little bit here. You know, you have the Batrider with the BO3s, so they do have ways of doing it. They need to try and wait for this Weehaw BKB as well, which would be massive up against like the Disruptor. But they're just going to head into the Roshba here on Alliance. And so, do Nigma feel like they can contest this? And do they even know it's
Radiant's
happening?
bottom
They do
tower is
scan,
under attack.
so they know they're in there.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's not the quickest of the Roche
Radiant's bottom tower
plays,
has
but
fallen.
it looks like they're still gonna give it up.
Like we were saying though, I don't think they can really fight at the moment on Nigma, especially with the Beastmaster when he died there, so you don't want to take the numbers down engagement. They did get a tier 2 in return bot, so at least they got something. Unfortunately, though, they didn't get it before the 20-minute outpost, so Alliance still gets some XP for themselves.
The experience now favoring Alliance. The net worth still just a slight number over towards Nigma. Nico Baby comes over. They've got themselves the lasso, but the RP! S4 lands its Static Storm! It's on a 3 with the kinetic field.
Good chain thrust, though.
GH, and now the chain thrust bouncing around, doing a lot of damage to get the Kona. We have a take-ups from the side of Nigma. The Primal Roar comes in. FNG is gone. So is Miracle. S4 just survives, and Alliance again. Hanskin, that was perfect.
Whoa, hang on. You got to give the credit to S4 though as well with the RP.
Yeah.
I mean, this Blink RP has been doing, you know, was that the first Blink RP I think we've seen this game? I mean, as first ones go, that's pretty good going. Miracle was just about to blink out there at the end, but the Slark pounce came through just in time to stop him from blinking away. And this is the problem, like, this AM has Battle Fury Manta, but you can't really fight as this hero until you get, like, the +1 item. So sometimes we see the Skadi, sometimes we see the Basher. But even then, how do you fight up against a Slark in, like, a 1v1 raw punching fight? You can't. Like, he's just constantly stealing your stats. And it feels like they just don't have the burst damage to be able to deal with the Slark at the moment. Because even, like, they have to try and 100 to 0 him before he gets the Shadow Dance off. But even then, there's an Undying Soul Rip behind him. Like, this Mag's probably going to be building the mech at some point this game. Oh, he's actually got Vlad's queued up, which is pretty good as well.
Oh, that's nice.
All of a sudden, this massive net worth lead, like Nigma and the had, it's just completely out the window.
It's almost like the advantage was, like, two-edged, in a way. You know, you still want the anti-mage to farm, but now he's getting involved in all these fights where he's got just a Battle Fury. Now he's got a Manta, of course, but, like, you're going in early and it wasn't probably the proper time to continue fighting like that. You probably could have taken that advantage and used it to farm your way up to a higher advantage. Instead, they chose to fight, and they've lost these fights.
But how do you farm yourself to a higher advantage when there's a mag on the other team? Like, they can keep up with you.
Which can call it. Nico Baby should have another kill. That's going to put him up to 12 permanent agility.
And he's just 10-0-4. Like, he's beyond God like 23 minutes into the game on a Slark.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, we questioned about whether this Slark would be good as a first phase pick, but one, it addresses the Batrider, and two, Nico Baby's 10-0-4. Like,
oh no. Finds GH. And GH is in a lot of trouble.
He's going to waste the Slark's time here, though, at least. Like, he's going to force him to stay around top.
And that's, well, bottom, though. Miracle, he's in the Static Storm as well as the Kinetic Field. So is Weeha, so they're going to lose both of them. They don't even need the Slark.
And now GH might go down top here as well. He's got the Glimmer Cape, which you can't really see because he's a Wisp. But, yeah, he does go down eventually.
Everywhere.
Get out of here.
Nico Baby now 13 permanent agility, sitting right now currently with 22 essence shift. He's got the Heaven's Halberd, he's got the Silver Edge, he's sitting top of the net worth. I mean, things are just going from bad to worse for Nigma. And then all of a sudden it's been a 10,000 net worth shift as RMN dies near the tier 3 tower. It was a 5k lead for Nigma, now it's a 4k lead for Alliance.
Yeah, and they're just playing so well at them. Like, again, it's another Blink RP down in the bot lane that sets up for the Static Storm. It's such they have such a massive team fight advantage. You know, we talked about them wanting to play the split game early, but when they hit their key items like the mag, they can take these big 5-on-5s. And their spell usage has been so good this game. In these big engagements, they're not panicking. Especially when you fall like 5k behind early on, it's a pretty big net worth disadvantage, but they understand that when they hit these key items, like with the Yules on the Lina, the Blink on the Mag, they're not afraid.
Primal Roar, it's just on the Undying. And we'll still get this kill here on the FNG.
Scales balanced.
Take whatever you can get right now if you're Nigma. Oof, jeez, look at Nico Baby just going in.
Lasso on the
Gaze. But they've got the lasso coming through on a limp. They're not doing a lot of damage onto the Lina. They already lose RMN. Nico Baby gets yet another kill. He goes into the Silver Edge looking for Miracle. Miracle blinks away.
He wants him, though.
Disengage. It doesn't look likely. Blink, Skewer, Pounce, Leech with the LSA with the Manta.
Good Manta dodge.
Miracle! Oh my god!
Just another day at the office. Do they think they can reinitiate here as well? I mean, they don't have lasso up or anything. It's a little bit risky.
They're certainly thinking about it. Primal Roar is not up for another 34 seconds as well. Nico Baby goes into the Solar Edge, gets the pounce as well as the disarm out on the Miracle once again. GH trying to keep this anti-mage alive. Spell Shield now into the Shadow Dance. They find themselves Mind Control. Weehaw comes over, burning out Hanskin. They're doing a lot of damage onto the Disruptor, but they're going to lose Weehaw as well as Mind Control. RPUs, they lock down Miracle. He's in trouble once again.
There's no detection, though.
Comes in from GH, and that'll keep Miracle alive. They lost Weehaw. They lose Mind Control. Miracle now needs to blink away. It's on cooldown for another second.
Radiant are scanning.
He's backed off enough to survive.
Yeah, like, they're really struggling to deal with Nico Baby, though. You can see, like, as soon as Miracle manages to finally get in a position where Shadow down to start trying to trade Nico Baby, instantly comes in right now. And luckily, they do manage to keep him alive, but it's still a bad fight for Nigma. They're now 7k behind. And you can see the problems they're having against the Slarker with these two, like, single abilities, the Lasso and the Roar, though. It's so difficult to know when you should be going on the Slark because of this Dark Pact.
Break. FNG caught again. Playing that life,
by the
though.
wand shall die by my blade.
Kill me, don't kill anyone else.
But this is what they need to do now, Nigma. They found one kill, but they have to try and find more. Like, they need to keep playing aggressive while they have the numbers advantage here. Like, use this Lasso to find +1s. Use the Roar to find +1s.
Dire's top tower
Titan
is
Sliver
under
for the
attack.
Slark as well. Probably the
God.
best item he could have got this game.
Give me the status resistance every day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, 29.6 up against Lasso and Roar. Like, it's insanely good. And now
How
RMN
are
might
you
be in
gonna
trouble
keep-
here.
Are you going to keep them locked down? They've got the Lasso as well as the Flame Break hitting onto the Disruptor. Hanskin in trouble. He'll fall. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of this, RMN was getting chased by Nico Baby, who goes into the Shadow Dance as well as Pounce to get some distance. LSA misses Miracle. Miracle continue to move forward. They don't have the Lasso anymore, so the control
They have the
for
numbers
them
advantage
is
again.
not really there. Miracle taking so much damage. He's just dead. Look at how far away he is from the rest of his team. It's not the proper spot to be. The Primal Roar gets used on a limb. Weehaw pops his BKB, as did Limb, and they'll just try to disengage at this point. But that was way too far from Miracle.
Bat doesn't have Blink here either, so they're going to try and keep chasing him down, but he's so quick with the bots and the Firefly up.
Now for the old razzle dazzle.
He's out.
This Roshan spawn time has just hit as well, so if Alliance can keep controlling this top side of the map, I think that Rosh is going to be the next big objective for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dude, FNG has a mech!
Yeah. Oh, Mind Control getting pounced, leashed up. GH, he's here. But Hanskin is too. Glimmercape used. GH now the focus of their attention. Mind Control will get out of this one. And now they'll get GH back into their hands. Pounce
Cancel it.
leashes.
They cancelled the relocate down in the bot lane by killing GH. Oh my god. And so that means the Limb survives as well.
Mindbreaker, Greater Fairy Fire. And Alliance are just playing out of their mind right now.
Dude, look
Out
at
of their
FNG's
gourd.
inventory. Tell me what you see.
Double boots.
He's got a boot for each foot. That's what I like to see.
I mean, you don't expect these supports to hobble around with one boot, do you?
I don't think he expected to get so much farm. Like, normally when you see FNG play and dying, he's like hard position 7, right? Like,
which he's done at times. He's let himself just die, but Weehaw spotted, Weehaw gone. Nico Baby, he is 15-0-6.
Is under attack.
yeah, he's going to get that basher relatively soon as well, so AM's game's going to get even harder here.
Killed.
The bounty gets my matriarchal prize.
I like that Miracle's gone for a halberd. It's really important so he can try and fight up against the Slark, but they both have one, right? So effectively, they should be cancelling each other out in the fight if they're both used on each other.
This is what's crazy is this is just all after a 14-minute battle fury. Like the game was going so well for Nigma, and now that you've got this opportunity for the side of Nigma, things all fell apart, and Alliance are up 10k net worth.
And Limp's going to scale now as well. He's gone back for the Deso. So like this AM his armor
this
being
Roche.
taken away. Like,
Has fallen
Batrider's
into
not a
the
high armor hero either. They see Weeheart.
Gosh, Weeha again. He gets caught. Nico Baby with another kill. That's his 16th kill. 16-0-6.
He even lassos the Lincolns there as well, because I don't think they realized the Slark had one. So not only did they realize the Slark didn't have a Lincolns, but he's also managed to finish a Basher in that time as well. Like, Nico Baby's so farmed.
And you just see the jump up 9 to 12,000. They get a kill on the RMN. Nico Baby 17 kills.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is I mean, this is a perfect performance from Nico Baby, which, based on the early game, is exactly what you needed. Because it looks so good for Nigma. Like, you needed Nico Baby to be perfect.
Radiant's
Mid lane, they're
top
just going to
tower
start
is
chipping
under
here.
attack.
Like, Nigma are playing the game how they should be. Like, they need to keep splitting the map up and let their lanes out. But when you do that, like, this Slark's just able to just run over and just kill whoever he wants. Like, he has so much pick-off potential just by himself. But when you do split the map up, Nico Baby's punishing them really well.
Look at the tier 3. They're going to work on this Rax. Disarm comes in on an illusion. What's the play here? There's still so much for Alliance that, quite honestly, I don't know how you fight into it. RP as well as the Static Storm. It's going to be such a tough ask for Nigma to just jump into this fight, especially with how hard the Lena's hitting, with the Desolator picked up. Like, where do you find your confidence just to jump in?
It's so difficult, isn't it? Like, who's the AM supposed to kill? Because Hanskin at the moment has a blink as well on the Disruptor. So he needs to, like, he can stand so far back so that he'll never be found at the start of the fight. And then when he finds his opening, he can just blink in. FSG's just level 18 on Undying with Craggy Coat and Greaves. Like, how's he gonna die?
He is loving life, almost having the same net worth as Weeha. Oh, spotted. Miracle now. Pounced and leashed up. He'll blink away. He's got the tether, the relocate. So there's the lasso that comes in on Hanskin. Maybe they could do something with this. Nico Baby. There's the Chain Frost bouncing around. They've got the Guardian Greaves, so that'll keep him alive a little bit longer. But Hanskin ends up dead. Nico Baby going in on the Miracle. You got the first hit fast as well as the RP coming through from S4. Primal War comes in. They've got the tether as well as the Manta. Blink away from Miracle. They look over as Weeha taking a lot of damage with the Laguna Blade as well as the BKB pop. He does not die. BKB's been popped by
Aegis and
S4.
Slark.
Nico Baby going in. He's in between both tier 4s. This is not the spot he wants to be in, but he's doing a lot of damage on a Miracle. He looks over at our men. 3 shots him. Gets the kill onto the Lich. Now looks over at Mind Control. The chase is on for the Beastmaster. They'll get the kill onto this Beastmaster, taking out another without buyback. And it's 3 against 4 now remaining. As Alliance, they look dead set to take game 1.
They're just going to go for the end, actually. They don't even care about the side lanes here. They understand with so many stacks up, they can just chunk through these tier 4s.
Yeah, so they'll take the tier 4. They look over at the Ancient, and it looks like they're going to finish this game as Miracle just gets chunked down by the Manta, as well as the Survive coming in from GH. Can he fight 5 against the world? I don't think he can.
And the Slark's
Backdoor protection's no longer there. They look over. Weeha taking a lot of damage. He dies immediately. Just gets blown up. Miracle's still trying to fight this as best he can, but the LSA is there. Nico Baby just ignoring them, going for the base.
Nico Baby was hitting for 400. Well, he was hitting 400 damage next to the Vlads.
He's got 27 stacks of Essence Shift, 23 permanent agility. He goes into the Shadow Dance and just finishes the game right there and then. Alliance, 34 minutes, 34 seconds, 35 to 24. Just blow through Nigma after what was that start.
I mean, that game looked so good for Nigma at the start, right? Like, they found these really good pickoffs early on. Miracle got so many kills in his laning stage at the start, but